Does he know which buttons to push? Hello, I want to point out things that Ken the Stout does. He owes it all to Doug Betts, including being confused and not knowing what he is doing.
The following is a public service announcement. Ken, king of the golf course, watch out for that hole. Watch out for that hole. Ken, king of the golf course, watch out for that hole. Ah! Kids, don't try this at home. Take it from an expert. Take it from a non-expert of 3.5 milliseconds of experience. It hurts! By the way, this was not the hole I fell in at the fair.
Across the pond, Darren Gilhome. From Oceanside, California. Tony Wallow. From Maryland, Greg Grumpy Guy.
Let's try that again. Hello, everybody, and welcome into Sunday, August 20th, 2023. Ken Stout Live with the Z00m Homies. The Z00m Homies with Ken Stout Live. I am Ken Stout, and I am live. And we have special guests joining us in chat already. Mrs. K just says, hello, yo, guys. I guess she's trying to be up to date with the way people talk. I think she left the U out of that. So let me bring in the homies. We got Greg, William, Richard, Darren, Photo Mix Media, and Chris Garrett. Hello, everybody.
Hello, YouTube.
Well, good evening, everyone.
Looks like it's running according to the mixer. We have audio going out across YouTube, so that's cool. Good. So you'll notice the background. I'm just messing around. This is tomorrow's premiere. Will show you how I did this. I know Greg's gonna miss it, but this was just a crazy idea I got today, and this is the first run and attempt at it. I've got a couple other ideas. I know in my head what I want to do, and this is kind of sort of gonna get it there. It's basically a template for right now. I did upload a premiere for tomorrow at 12:30, so I won't see Doug, I don't think. Somebody remind him that I have a premiere. Maybe he'll do a redirect to my premiere. Let me pop out chat, which is going to be really interesting because when I was testing this a while ago, it takes away about half the chat. It's just really silly. I don't understand. It's a YouTube thing. It's weird. So I know there were comments before 7:44 p.m., but that's the first comment that shows up on chat. That's One Fish saying hello. Tony says hello. Greg says, where's my earlier entry? Well, Greg, your earlier entry was there at 5:20. He said, third place. I knew I shouldn't have gone out and vacuumed clippings from trimming my shrubs yesterday. You put scrubs, by the way, not shrubs. You spelled it wrong. Only Greg. Only Greg.
I'm going to be 73 next month.
Yeah, sure. Rick says, can't hear you. So who is he? Who can't we not hear? Let me go check my audio. Okay, I can hear myself doing the Doug Betts checking my own audio. Can I get someone on Zoom to say something, please? Hello, Sam. Someone on Zoom to say something.
Something.
I think Rick has a problem with his soundbar.
Pretty sure I can hear it. So yeah, let me make sure that I'm live. I am live. Mrs. K is saying, just got a brief moment of relaxation. Hope my night tonight will not be the same as last night. Last night was a disaster. Yeah, it was. It was. So, Rick, are you not hearing anybody? Yeah, the echo. You should have heard an echo because I was testing audio on my monitoring screen on the Zoom, and there was an echo. So I could hear everybody on YouTube. So Okay, if I could get one of you guys to test it for me, that'd be cool. And let's just hope that Rick's not having audio issues. So, Rich is trying to get exactly what set up right now?
He's trying to look at the chat on
Okay.
on his screen.
Rick says my volume was muted. Okay. He's a Zoom homie, you can tell that. Well, Richard, if you want, I can log in remotely like we did before, and I can walk you through it.
Let me tell you what. Zoom is, the chat Zoom is on the screen in a small box. I'm just trying to get it over to the window so it's, attached like it sometimes is.
You probably won't get that to do that. I believe when chat opens up, it opens up in a very small box. Now,
it was like that.
You can take your mouse and hover over the edges and left click and drag it and make it bigger, actually. And you can click up at the top and make it full screen, as I just did. And oh my gosh, it's like, whoa, that's too big. So it does have the functionality of any other thing with the minus sign, the box, and the X. Let me see. I seriously doubt I can share this over. Oh, you know what? I can show it over YouTube. So if you'll watch the stream.
All right. I got this. Okay. Wait a minute.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that'll bring you up to current. So I'm going to click on chat right here and then I'd been messing with this, but that brings up the chat, and then you can grab it with your mouse and move it around. Or if you want to be like super blown away, you can click the box, the square, and that makes it full screen. But it's right here. Now, I don't know. Yeah, it's going across YouTube. So on mine, the way I have mine set up, it's mute, video, security, participants, polls, and then chat. Now, if chat is not showing up right here, over here on the far right-hand corner, there's 3 dots. You can click on that, and it will, if chat's not enabled, it'll say chat, and you click it, then it becomes enabled. I don't know if I can demonstrate that or not. No, I can't make that go away. What is Alt-H? Is that, oh geez, that's really too big actually. Let's see with here, Alt-H. Yep, it just brings it up. So hopefully you will get it. If not, we can either do it live or we can wait and do it afterwards when we do the after stream. So hope everyone had a good Sunday. I had a lazy Sunday. I didn't do anything. I watched a couple of videos. I did watch most of the NASCAR race. That was kind of my plans for today. Took Mrs. K to work, came back and finished the project that is kind of behind you. I know it looks horrible right now, but there is a method to my madness. If I can just talk myself through doing what I want to do. And all that was done in DaVinci Resolve. Poor Mrs. K. Yeah. Poor Mrs. K. Oh, good. Tasman coin. Yeah, it's not exactly what I want, but I've got a good start on it. And because it's DaVinci, I can't really get into it because you'll notice under Greg's background it says no talk, no something resolve talk allowed. So we have to be very careful and kind of tiptoe around the subject and, walk on eggshells. And Mr. Guy's a big sponsor of the channel, so I don't, he runs his own company. It's called Naps Incorporated. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I thought it was Walmart.
Well, he owns Walmart too. We just don't know it. Oh, I wasn't supposed to let that little secret out, was I?
Damn it, you ruined it.
I know it. By the way, I'm still waiting for my discount.
Checks in the mail.
Okay. You sent it to me this time though, right? Not Alex?
I can't remember.
Yeah, you are gonna be 73. Oh, goodness gracious. It's good seeing Tasman Coins. I watched his stream for a while, quite a long time today. It's pretty interesting. And then he said he enjoys our show. That really, I appreciated that. I really felt good for you guys because after all, I mean, this is our channel, this is our Zoom, this is our community, and that was good. And then I watched one called Copper Owl. I think there's one more word in there somewhere, but the links are in the description below if you want to check them out, both for Tasman Coins and for Copper Owl. I think it's Copper Owl Coins, if I remember right. I watched him for quite a long time, too. Very interesting. I want to get with him on a couple things, not coin related. I'm not a big coin collector. I got the ones B.H. Ringer has sent me, but other than that, I'm not a huge coin collector. Caveat of that is I do have 3 Pringles cans. There's that Ingrishy again that I'm going to go through just to see if any of them have silver in them. So they're guiding me to the dark side, so to speak.
What'd you say? We couldn't understand you.
I need to say it in a foreign language.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mrs. K is going to drink some H2O because she took the trash out and it's a long ways away from her work. Yeah. For those who live in California, here you guys are having a hurricane there. Currently, nobody is joining us from California. Copper Owl Coins is correct. Thank you. That my 2 gray cells up here talked to one another and got something right. It looked like on a link that Jose provided that San Diego and Los Angeles were going to get drenched. Tony, you are in California. I misspoke, but you're not. I don't think you're in the path of the storm. At least I hope you're not. You might get a little bit of rain from it. I think Fresno's going to get a little bit of rain from the last radar that I saw.
Doug. Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Chris.
I don't think Doug went in a boat today because I looked in the mountains east of Fresno and it was like in the 40s and all. I don't think he went out in a boat in the 40s. I hope not.
Temperature was in the 40s?
Well, up in the mountains.
I'd get in a boat in 40-degree weather. Put a little jacket on, you'd be all right. I wouldn't water ski in that, though. I mean, that'd be cold.
You'd be sick with the wind blowing.
Well, it depends. If you're a teenager, probably not. If you're an old person like we are, maybe.
Because the water's 34-degree weather last week.
And then you went snow skiing, didn't you?
Yep.
Do what, Chris?
If the wind's blowing, the water might splash up on you a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It's possible.
I went snow skiing in my Speedo.
Oh, that's an image I don't even want to try to get in my head. Oh, good Lord. Ugh. That's well, I mean, we all hope everyone that we know that's in the path of the storm is going to get through it. Jose's brother lives in Los Angeles, and last he heard, he was doing all right. A lot of wind and a lot of rain. Tony Wallow is saying he might get a little bit of rain from it. It's just going to depend on the path that it takes. Vegas is going to get drenched, according to the last one I saw. They're in the 3 to 6 inch area of possibility of rain. And that's a lot of rain for anybody, let alone Las Vegas. Having lived there, no, there is no drainage system there. That's going to cause catastrophes. I just hope they get all the homeless people out of the bridges and underpasses and the places that they hang out at. That would be really devastating if they didn't. So hopefully we will hear from Doug. Maybe we'll hear from Tim. Jose is with us. I don't know. I know he's away from the keyboard right now, so I don't know how he's doing. He's in Modesto, and I haven't heard from Brian, and he's just in between, I believe, Fresno and Modesto, in a town called Sirius, I think it is. I might be mispronouncing that. You know, me and words, we don't get along too good. Okay, One Fish said he heard from Brian earlier today. Good.
Also, those mountains, it's like that's going to get them a lot of the rain, and that water going to drain down those mountains.
Yeah. Yes,
into
it
the
is.
Central Valley.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be pretty touch and go for a while, that's for sure. Hey, Chris, do you have it up on your radar on your computer?
I don't have it on my radar computer, but I can grab my phone. I'm away from the computer.
Okay.
I got it up.
All right, hang on. Let me get chat out of the way. Go ahead, if you would, share your screen, and that way everybody can see it on Zoom
Okay.
and on YouTube. Let me spotlight you. Well, you're going to share your screen. I don't think spotlight will affect sharing the screen, so you'll be all right sharing your screen. Oh.
Tell me right.
Is that current time right now? It shows the
5
Borrego
p.m.
Springs. Okay, so it's 8:20. Wait a minute, let me get to 6:20 right now. So that's an hour and 20 minutes, or not quite an hour ago. I know right where Borrego Springs is at. We used to live between Borrego Springs and Oceanside in Escondido. Yeah, see, it's taken more of a northeasterly turn. I'm Ken Stout, and tonight I'll be your weatherman. If you'll notice, the path of the
Are there a lot of low pressure zones in this area?
Oh, I have no idea. I could not tell you. Long Dog says, water flooding for my town and my own yard. Okay, fellas, when you find the storm, I'm telling you, I'm in it. Really doggone it. Intense. Well, I hope that
it's supposed to be 117.3 degrees west, 41.81 degrees north. At what time was this forecast? Monday
morning,
11
Pacific Daylight
PM.
Time.
It's
11 a.m.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find Fresno over on the left, and okay, I see Modesto.
Where do you want me to go down to?
Fresno, Modesto, Cirrus. Check on our friends in Seaside, by the way, which is still spelled S-E-A, Chris. You have to go way to your left. You're in Nevada right now. Sacramento. I think Modesto is south of Sacramento. I think. I don't really remember. Yeah, there's Modesto down south of Stockton and Merced. No, I get. You know what? I get now why Tim was confused. You got Modesto, Merced, Madeira. You got all them right there in a row. That could be confusing to us people that didn't have a third grade education. So that's good that it's moved inland a little farther, because when I seen it, man, it was going to like go right through San Diego and Los Angeles. So that's good. But then, can you zoom it out just a little bit? I want to see I can see Vegas. I'm guessing the little arrows that are moving downward indicate wind.
Yeah, the wind currents.
Okay, I get that. Cool. Thank you.
Let's just see. Oh, we got the 2 hockey sticks on our side. They're going out to sea.
Okay.
Just be warned if you're going out on a cruise ship or something.
Yeah, you could end up like Gilligan's Island and be stuck forever on a 3-hour cruise.
But this is the
one to the left looks like the one that says Franklin. Looks like it's going to smash the Dominican Republic and then head back out to sea.
Yeah, it has. That's what it's doing.
Wow.
This is at
whatever BOT is. What's BOT?
I think it's their local time.
Yeah, it's local. Too bad Wintermute isn't with us. He could Google that and tell me what BOT stands for. So what's it's a tropical storm, and then as it heads out to sea, it becomes
say that's going to be Wednesday, 2 a.m. according to
okay.
Translation time.
Okay. So it's starting out, it's a tropical storm, and then when it moves back out, it becomes a hurricane. Is that what the one indicates?
Yeah, it's gaining the warm water here.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at my
That's the one I'm worried about.
Because it's just forming, but it looks like it's moving eastwardly, or westwardly, not eastwardly. Or wait a minute, no.
But it's heading over warm waters.
And that means
then it goes over the Bahamas and that, and if it keeps right on our course.
Oh, okay. What about that one right there? That one's not in the
This
worry
one?
about? Mm-hmm.
No, that's staying nothing but a tropical depression. And it's heading so far out, it might hit up here.
Nova Scotia area, Canada.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. BH Ringer's in Nova Scotia. Let's hope it keeps going straight north. Maybe a little northeasterly. So Long Dog is saying he doesn't think anybody Northern California above LA has much to worry about. So you are in the Desert Empire, and I do kind of remember where that was at. So, all right, thank you. That was informative. Hopefully we'll hear from everybody that we know that lives out in that neck of the woods.
Yeah. But that's why I don't think concerned with the storms, because a track in, we go through them most every time, have to keep track of them. By the time they give
I'm sorry.
By the time they give a weather warning, everybody else has bought any water supplies and that up.
Yeah, Palm Springs, right. And Long Dong says right now he's right in the middle of the action. Well, okay, so how about grabbing your raincoat, an umbrella, and a camera and shooting us a little bit of video and then uploading it so we can see it? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So there you go. We got a majority. Wait a minute. 2, 4, 6, 8. No, we only had 3.
Aye.
Now we got it. Now, we need one more aye.
Rich,
Jeff Ryden said he'll be with us in a little while. He's getting his grandson something to eat. Good, good. Now, I don't want Long Dog to go out and play in the rain. I'm sure it's not worth going out to see a video of someone standing in the rain.
I've walked out before in the middle of the winds of the hurricane and that before, done stuff emergency around the house.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It is only 40 miles an hour gust.
It's 40 miles an hour. Now,
that's
quick
nothing.
dumb question. On the 40 mile an hour gust, were you actually able to stand upright, or were you being bent one way or the other?
Oh, yeah, easily stand up. It's only until you get out to 60, 75 mile an hour that it's harder to stand.
Next follow-up dumb question. How much effect would 40 mile an hour have on my golf ball?
Quite a bit.
It can very well defy this distance.
Yeah, you definitely have record long drives.
If it was behind you, sure.
Yeah.
If you're driving into it, you're going to have not very long drives.
It's hard to tell what direction it went.
Yeah, again, I mean, if it's coming east, if it's coming across, you're gonna play hell playing that. If it's behind you, oh yeah, you're gonna on that 239-yard hole that I can't drive right now, I'd probably be driving that with my putter. We got that kind of wind behind it.
Yeah.
Which I did actually try to putt off the driving range with my putter, and that was horrible. It was fun, but it was horrible. So
just don't put your name on the golf ball when it lands in someone's window miles away.
I put Alex Cheek and I put his address on there.
Okay.
Mrs. Kay's asking, Long Dog, what part of Cali are you? I think she forgot to put in, but we understand. He's in the Desert Empire down around Palm Springs. Remember how we used to go to Arizona and we drive right through Palm Springs. Remember the dust storm? I'll jog your memory a little bit. Oh, I got video of a dust storm. If I could find it, you guys would be impressed. It was, you literally could not, if you put your hand out in front of you, you could not see that far in front of the car. 15 mile an hour was probably 12 mile an hour faster than I should have been going.
That sounds like type weather you put your dirty pants outside and sandblast them.
Yeah, it's like when we went to San Francisco, the fog was so bad. We're chugging along at about 20, 25 mile an hour, and people are just zooming past us, and you couldn't see 3 feet in front of the car. Yes, Lorna's worried about her mom and sisters and all her relatives in San Diego. They're in San Diego, so by what William just showed us, they should be pretty much done with the bulk of it. It should have already moved through, dropped the rain, and moved on. And I haven't seen anything out of San Diego as far as any, bad news or bad, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. They were saying to be seeing maybe some loose wind pockets after they broke off.
Yeah. I'm going to put my avatar on briefly. Now Rick said he's, now I'm back. Rick said he's been in 50 mile an hour wind gust. I hope he wasn't on his bike during that. I hope maybe he was doing something else. Now I seem to have lost, there we go. I could go put the San Diego news on and see if it's doing anything.
I've seen people crazy enough to put a sail on their surfboard and go out in the water in the wind when the storms are coming in and sailboard.
Yeah, I don't think I would do that either. I did try surfing one time and about broke my neck, and I gave that up after one attempt. That was all it took.
But going at 50 miles an hour and hit that water, you're hitting a wall.
Yeah. Well, what hurt me was, I can research that later. What hurt me was I'm such a short guy that when I fell, the water probably wasn't but about that deep. And you don't even realize, because as you move inland, it gets shallower and shallower and shallower. And when I finally fell off the board, and I did, the water probably wasn't 3 feet deep. And first thing to hit was my head. Oh, I got a thing about hitting my head on things. Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah.
It started when I was a youngster. I just now figured that out. Doggone it. Oh, wow.
You're not the only one.
Greg
My brother is the same way.
Yeah. Greg is relating a story when he was in the Navy. He couldn't stand up.
I wonder how much power is out in California. From what I understand, their power lines are more against earthquakes than they are wind. Built more for earthquakes.
Here's another thing Tasman Coins and I have in common. He lived in Simi Valley. We have so much in common. It's amazing. I'm going to go ahead and pop chat back out, bring it over here. Rode his motorcycle in 100 mile an hour winds. No, that would not be fun at all. I've ridden my bike when I used to have motorcycles when I was younger, and I've ridden in the rain plenty of times. I remember when I bought my first bike, my mom says, "What are you going to do when it rains?" I said, "Get wet." I mean,
Yep.
I'm not going to stop riding. I've been in a couple downpours where we actually pulled underneath an underpass and let it pass, because it was. Yeah, I probably did at one point in time have a rain suit. And I've ridden in extremely cold weather in the month of May. you would think the month of May in Indiana it wouldn't be cold, but at night it can get chilly. At least back in 1983 it got chilly. 82 or 83, I don't remember. I'm too old to remember these things. So Mrs. K said it's very true that sandstorm is the first, and we all see sand. Yeah, we've got 2 videos of sandstorms. One was in Arizona and one was in California, kind of sort of near the Palm Springs area. It was impressive. It really was. It's good to see people return in the chat. I really appreciate that. And it's good to see people talking in chat. I do appreciate that. So Greg, when you were on the boat rescuing the people that were stranded, how did you guys manage that? Did you tie a rope or something to keep you from going over?
Well, after we got the SOS call and the captain said full speed ahead, I went outside to take a look. The wind was so strong, I had to hold on to the railing just to walk out.
Wow.
Almost couldn't push the door open.
Wow. And he lived in Vegas from 94 to 20. Wow, we moved to Vegas in 2016. That'd have been wild. See, now there's someone else that I'd have liked to have met when we were in Vegas if we were there at the same time. Jeff Ryman and Tasman Coins. That'd have been cool. The weirdest weather I ever saw in my military days, there was 2 of them. Both of them were in Korea. And the first one was, it was a Saturday day and everybody was in t-shirt and shorts like I am right now, just having a good old time. The next morning there was about 8 inches of snow on the ground. Some of us didn't really prepare for that, and we were still in our t-shirt and shorts. The other one was, we got so much rain, I think 33, 34 straight days. Okay, you guys know I'm 6'4", and I'm holding an M16 straight up. I got my arm extended, and I'm holding an M16 straight up in the air. And I still could not reach where the water line had hit due to all the rain. That's a boatload of rain right there. I got pictures of waiting in the Ville, in the towns, in the rain because it was that way. He lived in Vegas. I'm going to guess he's saying until 2021. So we might have we lived in Vegas from 2016 to 2019. Our first apartment was on Sahara, and then we bought a house over on Saylor Way. Saylor, by the way. Got a lot of pictures of that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Vegas. It's cool. Anybody got anything else? Anybody got anything to say besides me?
I hope the people in California actually went about it with level heads. The more is anything with even a storm like that is to go in crazy, people are gonna get hurt.
Yeah. You just go to the store, get prepared, get you some water, get you some dry goods, maybe figure out a way to get through it. But you're right. I do. I got a video from Long Dog. Let me go take a gander at that, and I will be right back. So I'm going to ask Long Dog on the stream if it's okay to show it across the YouTube and Zoom. I'll wait for his reply in chat.
What do you mean?
Oh, wow.
Dancing resolve.
Here it is.
It's not everybody's cup of tea, and I know that. All right, let me figure out how to do this. First things first, I got to bring that over there, which is I'm just restoring chat. And then in order for us all to see this, I need to share. I need to go to this setup. And then I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to presume there's no audio with this. So we're not going to have audio. I'm going to go to my downloads. We'll look at the video first. Oh, there is audio. Hang on, let me redo that. I should have anticipated maybe a video having audio, huh? I think after 3.5 seconds of experience. Yep, it did pick up the wind, and then the picture shows the flooding. I mean, you can see right there. That's a mini river running down the street right there. On both sides of the streets, it looks like. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's just a little puddle, long dog. What are you complaining about? Well, if it keeps coming down though, it's. Uh-oh. I hit the wrong thing over on OBS. Hang on. What in the world did I did? Oh, this is fun. Live, unrehearsed, and unscripted. What could possibly go wrong? You know, now I got issues. I've lost my scenes. Sam, I need your guidance kind of sort of quick on OBS. I don't want to embarrass myself over national YouTube. No, I'm not sharing my screen. Yeah, I'll share it. Yeah, I'll share it. Hang on. No, they can't see it. They're seeing what's going on. So sources should be second. Scenes should be first. But somehow I got scenes completely gone, and I don't know how I did it. Oh, unless it's up here. Oh, it looks like it docked up there, didn't it? So can I grab the dock and then... Yeah, I can grab the dock. Let's go... I'll show everybody what we're doing here. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of mirroring. Somehow, when I went to go back to my main Zoom YouTube stream, I undocked this, and it docked right there. And then I was trying to grab this and spread this out like that, so I could redock it down there where I wanted it. But apparently, I can't do that. Okay, I'll figure it out. Now that I know what's going on, I'll figure it out. Right. Ah, okay, gotcha. Thank you. And that's why I asked Sam for advice. He is Mr. OBS. Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome.
And I might be Mr. I can't talk about it, but Sam is the man for OBS.
And once in a while, you ask Mr. OBS number 2.
You talking about Tim? How's your brother, Jose?
Good. He's good.
Has the rain moved out of LA?
Yes. I think it's currently it's around in the northern part of the LA area.
Do you think you're going to get any of it there in Modesto?
No, let me correct you, Ken. It's not Modesto. It's not Monterey. That's just kidding. Yes, I think we since yesterday night we've been feeling it. We've started feeling some winds yesterday night, and then I believe once again once again, you know my disclaimer, my personal disclaimer. I ain't no weatherman. I ain't no weatherman, but but I think we're going to just get a slightly light rain.
Well, that's good news, isn't it?
Yes.
That's good. I mean, if it would have stayed, if the storm would have stayed together and moved on the path it was, I think you guys would have gotten a lot of rain myself. Tasman Coins asked if I was at Fort. I seen it a while ago. Where'd it go? I just seen this a second ago. Fort Sam. Fort Sam, Houston, I believe is what he's referring to. I was at Fort Ord, California, which I, as you guys know, I spoke very, very highly of there. I absolutely loved Fort Ord. Going down to Monterey, where Jose currently lives. Not Modesto. He lives in Monterey now. Him and Tony probably get together and go out to the coffee shop and the pubs. So, speaking of the Robert, I don't know what you're talking about. Long Dog is saying what's kind of worrisome is the flickering of the lights. It's very quick. Yeah, I can kind of relate to that. Except when the power went out a week ago, or whenever it was, there was no flickering. It was just gone. Really frustrated me. I think the flickering I could have handled. I mean, that kind of indicates something might be going to happen. But when it just goes out like that, that's not good. Now, I got to Fort Dix. Okay, that's where I out-processed out. Was Fort Dix in New Jersey. I will be right back. I need someone to carry on the conversation. I put the Zoom email up on the screen. Stout Zoom. That's Z00m H0mies@gmail.com. If you'd like to join us on Zoom, shoot me an email and we'll get some things worked out and get you the credentials so you can join this madness, if you will. So I will be right back. I have to go check something. I had a freaky accident earlier. I swear this house is haunted. I'm sitting here talking to Greg and all of a sudden I hear boom! And I go in the laundry room and a bottle of vinegar had fell off the shelf and caused a huge mess. I do mean huge mess.
Funny.
You gotta have ghosts.
So somebody carry a conversation on for me. I will be right back.
Who wants to take a fund up to send Alex to California to film the damage?
I'll donate a nickel.
So, Greg, when are you going to start teaching your Photoshop?
Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop.
He doesn't like the Vinci.
Oh, gee, you guys. I think he's better off. You know, Greg, you're better off to show what not to do in Photoshop.
True.
I thought he was going to use Cyber Director like someone else we know. I think Greg does have a little bit of, I don't want to say editing, but didn't you do some things in the Navy or for the Navy back in the day?
No, all my stuff was computer related.
Oh, okay. But I thought you put together a presentation or something one time.
I taught classes using net meeting, and then when that ended, The Navy set up a video conferencing room, and I use that.
Any of your students, when you were teaching classes, ever go, "Oh God, I got a migraine"?
Nope.
No, and the contrary.
I just wondered.
No, and the contrary. I believe they all did.
They just complained why they couldn't type the Navy messages in Microsoft Word. Because Microsoft Word does not produce a file that's compatible with the Navy's messaging system. So if you want to send a message, you're going to have to use this software, like the CNO said. If you don't like it, go get another job.
If it were only that easy. So I heard something about we're putting a pool of money together to send Alex to California. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, to take photos of the path of the storm.
I'll drive.
He can roll town to town.
Or float.
Or just have someone throw a rope out from the grab on to him to get towed there.
Right. No, I know we're joking about it, but in all sincerity, I hope that everyone gets through this storm with very little to no damage and not much, hopefully there's no loss of life with anyone we know, or anyone for that matter, not specifically people that we know.
Looks like Fresno's getting rain right now.
Are they?
I can see the same thing happening in California that happens in Florida after a major hurricane comes through. There's going to be a shake-up of the construction codes.
Speaking of construction codes, go ahead, Chris.
That Shaver Lake, California, right now it is 37 degrees.
That's up in the mountains?
Yep. I don't know where Doug went to, but
I don't think it was Shaver. He mentioned it. But I don't think Shaver's ringing a bell.
That's where Tim went.
Oh, let's who's here.
That is where Tim went.
Let me cue something. No, never mind. I was about to play something, but I don't want you to get any trouble again.
Thought I took care of that already. I did take care of that already. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Ken.
49 minutes late, no camera. There you go. What's the excuse tonight?
There is no excuse.
Whoa, wait. You feeling okay?
You do realize I got out of church at 7, so that only gives me an hour to get home and eat before the...
Thus, your excuse is you were eating, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Alex, you want to fly first class or coach?
I was going to drive him. We're going to fly him?
Neither. My mom and dad won't let me fly.
We're going to send you to California to take pictures.
We're going to get your career started in reporting on disasters.
AKA photo journalism.
You talking about the 2-inch, you're talking about all the rainfall in a hurricane in California?
Can't put nothing past Alex, boy. He's on it. Yes, that's what we were talking about, the storm and the torrential downpours and the flooding and the winds and all of that other fun stuff. Yes, we are.
What about Hawaii?
The fires? Yeah, that was sad, horrible.
They can use some of this rain that's coming this way badly.
Yeah, but can you imagine the mess that would make? I mean, it would be good in many respects, but oh my gosh, if they got a lot of rain, that's going to create one huge, big mess for sure.
Still 1,000 people are reported missing.
That's hard to, I mean, I saw that, and it's just hard to get my head wrapped around that. I was going to say something a while ago. William mentioned that codes will get changed. Yes, they will, but that made me think of an article I read this morning that I forget the town, but the HOA became so powerful that they actually tried to destroy a home because it sat 20 feet away off of the road, and the HOA rule said it had to sit 35 feet off of the road. Now, if you think about it, since the 35 rule was implemented after the house was built, you'd think that maybe somebody with half an ounce of common sense would have said, we'll just let that slide. No, they pursued tearing the house down to make them rebuild it 15 feet further back off the road.
Was the house even part of the HOA?
It is now. I don't know about in the beginning.
If they weren't before, and it wasn't sold as an HOA house, they're not part of HOA unless they sign the papers.
That's true. That's very true. The good news is they took them to court and they won, and they got rid of for the most part, the HOA. And I guess the article read the small print is what got them. I guess there was something in there in the small print that was to the homeowner's advantage and actually hurt the HOAs. HOAs, in my opinion, are stupid. We had one at our condo when we lived in California, and they proclaimed to do a lot of things. They didn't do anything. It's just like our HOA here. They proclaim they're going to keep the street clean. All the snow we got last year, they did not one time did any kind of city, private, county snow shovels. The street never got cleaned. But our HOA is like $60 a year, so can't really say anything. I mean,
if one ever tried to come in here, I set up the side street and have it go to all the block houses because they're red brick. All the houses up the side street are Section 8.
You live on a pretty main thoroughfare, though, don't you?
Yeah.
I thought you did.
They would be chased down the street so fast with so many things pointed at them, if not going off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're coming up on the top of the hour. It's been a pretty decent show so far tonight. I want to give some shout outs to people. I'm going to try to get back into that. I am going to adjust the exit name scroll. And we'll get that done tonight. I got a couple little projects I want to get done. I want to thank Tony Wallow, Greg Guy, and Darren. First, second, and third. Darren first, Tony second, and Greg snuck in at third. And there's an ironic story behind that, but we won't get into that right now. It was good seeing Mrs. K in chat. It's good seeing Rick. Good seeing Long Dog. He's here. Robert Michael. Good to see him. One Fish 26 as well. Good to see Tasman Coins. Hope to see you more often. Haven't run him off yet. Rich came back too. Haven't run him off yet. So thank you, everyone. There will be a premiere tomorrow on the name that we can't talk about with Resolve at 12:30. And then tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, if I don't play golf. If I play golf, it might be 9:30. I don't know yet. We're debating on some things.
I'll be sleeping.
At 9 o'clock at night or 12:30? Both. I want to thank all the Zoom homies for joining me. This could not take place without you. Some of you have been here since day one, and I do appreciate that. I was thinking about that earlier today, the people that have been here and the guys that have been here. I still want to get to 20 one night. I'm still working on that. I want to thank everyone that subscribed to the channel today. I'm up to 305 last I checked, slowly but surely getting there. And hopefully the premiere tomorrow will pick me up one or two. So good night. If you want to join us on Zoom, Once again, there is the email address to join us. I do check it at least twice a day just to see if there's anything in there. If you send me an email and you don't get an instant response, don't worry about it. I will sooner or later get there. Wintermute was in the background. He says good night. So I'm going to pull a Doug here and press the button. Thank you, Tasman. Thank you, Wintermute. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, everyone. If you want to join us, there is the email. Night. See you tomorrow. Yes.
Okay, so stream ended, right, Ken?
I'm waiting for it to end. I know I hit